Good evening and a happy Hanukkah. It is absolutely my privilege to welcome you to your celebration of your shul as we mark 50 years literally to the moment that this congregation gathered 50 years ago to dedicate this holy sanctuary on December 12th, 1962. It's an event that occurs literally once in a yovel. Judging by the overwhelming response to the event, by the conversations that I just had in Heritage Hall with so many of you, I think everybody here relates to this event as something very personal, a very personal simcha. And it is, because this shul is what it is because of you. Now, numbers are very much on our minds tonight. 12, 12, 12. The foresight of our founders, the ones who built this sanctuary to arrange for the 50th anniversary of its dedication to be on 12, 12, 12, just simply amazing. And my father says that 12, 12, 12 is the code for 12 minutes for him, 12 minutes for Rabbi Freundlich, and 12 minutes for Ilan Feldman. But it's really perfect, absolutely perfect. 12, 12, 12 in a shul named Beis Yaakov, the house of Yaakov, the house of Jacob, 12 tribes. And indeed, it feels like there are 12 tribes here tonight. And as you'll see in a minute, there's tremendous diversity in our crowd, filled with all kinds of energy, all kinds of talent, all kinds of expression of service to the Almighty and to His people. Then there's the 12 plus 12 plus 12 equals 36. 36 on Hanukkah, 36 holy candles throughout the Yom Tov of Hanukkah. Amazing foresight again of our founders to call us together on a night like this. And 36, of course, we know is double chai, twice 18. Why double chai? Because the two digits of 36 add up to 39. And 39 are the number of prohibited labors on Shabbos. And more than anything else, what occurred in this holy space for the last 50 years was Shabbos. Another number that's on our minds tonight, $35,000. That's $35,000 in sponsorships by you, unsolicited, as an expression of your love and your devotion to this shul, to celebrate a special evening in the life of this community. And every single one of you who came forward, led by Dick Katz, who gave us an example of how to do it in class with his 12, 12, 12 donation. Every single one of you is appreciated. And even if you're not a sponsor, just being here makes a tremendous difference to every single one of us. Now, there's another number that's on our minds tonight, 450. 450 people made plans to interrupt their Hanukkah celebration, get babysitters, change their schedules, spent money to come here, and related to this event is absolutely unmissable. And there isn't even an honoree where you have to worry that if you don't show up, they'll wonder where you are. Actually, I think you all know this, there really is an honoree. You'll excuse me if I'm a bit emotional tonight. I have some personal relationship with the events tonight. Well, not just one honoree. There's actually a couple that we're here to honor tonight. And I refer to a couple that has an unbelievably long relationship, modeled with love and partnership and loyalty. A couple that exemplifies devotion, that's been through some rocky times, but nevertheless gives us an example of sacrifice and caring, and a couple that has made such a difference to the world that none of us can actually calculate it. I'm talking about the loving couple of God and the people Israel. Yes, we are here actually tonight to honor God Himself and to honor the people Israel represented by the members of Congregation Beth Jacob, who came out on a night in the middle of December of 2012 to recognize the goodness of the Almighty, the miracles of the Almighty, and to recognize that their relationship with the Almighty through the shul and in the shul is very much a personal simcha. Really is literally a personal celebration tonight. And to each one of you, mazel tov. And may Hashem bless you with long years, with good health, with connection to the Almighty. And may Hashem bless you for bringing your neshama to share and to enrich this community the way you are by being here. Now, in honor of the Almighty Himself, we have created a special program tonight. It's really not a program at all. It's really designed to simulate or to recreate our own customized Hallel, a service of praise to the Almighty. And just like in Hallel, we sing and we speak, and then we sing, and then we speak. When we recite Hallel, that's what we'll be doing tonight. We began with song, and then we talk and converse, and then we sing again. And we'll have a special night of Hallel as a congregation. We'll offer Hallel and appreciation to God above for the miracles that have brought us and our shul to this minute. And we will ask for divine assistance for the future. Now, as we said, one of the themes of the night is Hallel, praise, and Hoda'ah, thank you. We've got some thank yous, and this is the best part of the program for us to share that. There are a number of people we want to thank this evening for the work that they've done to make this event possible, and our President, David Mitchell, will be representing all of us and expressing that thank you. I do want to single out a couple of people, Marcy Kalnitz, who took about 10 seconds several months ago before she said yes to chairing the entire Jubilee celebration of this synagogue for the coming year with the sentence of course, it's the shul. Now, Marcy was raised in the shul. She was named in this shul. I officiated at a wedding. I was at her children's simchas. She's a daughter of a president of this shul. She herself is a past president of Torah Day School of Atlanta, and she is a force to be reckoned with. So we really, really appreciate her willingness to step forward and take responsibility for the celebrations that we have. And there's another person that has distinguished herself, I think we all know that, has gone well beyond the call of duty to make tonight special, and literally has been living in the building for the past several days. And I'm referring, of course, to Martine Gershon, who really put together a wonderful, wonderful gala evening worthy of this occasion. Now, every single one of you tonight is a special guest. And I want to do something a little bit different than what we're used to demonstrate to ourselves how much leadership and how much investment in Jewish life and how much impact this community has on Jewish life and on serving God above. And so, as I mentioned some names and introduce some people, I'd really like to ask you to hold applause until the end of a list. And we're going to have some exercise here. We're going to get a little bit, some movement here in the shul. So get ready to flex your muscles. So first of all, I'd like to ask Rabbis Pransky and Silverman, the heads of the Atlanta Scholars Kollel, and Rabbi Deitch, the former head and founding head of the Atlanta Scholars Kollel, and all the members of the Atlanta Scholars Kollel and their wives, our partners, to stand and remain standing. I'd like to ask all Torah teachers in our congregation who teach at Greenfield Hebrew Academy, Torah Day School of Atlanta, Yeshiva Atlanta, Or Yisrael, and Tamima, Richard, and Jean Katz High School for Girls, please stand and remain standing. I'd like to ask all board members of the Atlanta Scholars Kollel to please stand and remain standing. I'd like to ask Rabbi Reuven Stein, the director of the Atlanta Kashrus Commission, to please stand. Together with all the men and women who work under Rabbi Stein, providing kosher food to the city of Atlanta in so many different and hidden ways. Please stand. Will the heads of Bikur Cholim of Atlanta please stand so we can see you? If you are a part of the Eruv of Atlanta, please stand. If you've checked the Eruv, I'd like to ask all the leaders, members of the board, and leaders and employees of the Florence and Seymour Gerson Mikvah, please stand. If you are part of the leadership or the staff, otherwise, of Greenfield Hebrew Academy, please stand. Or of Torah Day School, or of Yeshiva Atlanta, or of Or Yisrael, or of Tamima High School, please let us recognize you. If you are part of the leadership of the Jewish Interest Free Loan Society of Atlanta, please stand. And if you are part of or lead Yad Liyad of Atlanta, please stand. If you are a member of the Beth Jacob preschool staff, men, please stand. If you are a member of the Jacob's Angels Society, past or present, please stand. I also want to recognize our Gaboyim, the ones who serve now and the ones who've served over the years. They deserve honorable mention. Dan Burke, Maris Skolnick, Olav Shalom, Bill Griss, Jeff Ram, who is probably standing in Israel right now, Norm Schloss, and Yossi Ovadia. Please stand. Sisterhood presidents, the current ones, Jody Wittenberg and Tzippi Schloss, and all sisterhood past presidents who are privileged to have with us. All present Beth Jacob board members, please stand. And anyone who has ever served on the Beth Jacob board, please stand. So you can see this is just the beginning. There are so many more that I could have done, but the night has to go on, and I've already exceeded my time. Thank you all. You may all be seated. But we're not finished. Thank God. I'd like to acknowledge the members of a wonderful team, the Beth Jacob staff, Gail Vexler, Carly Yashik, Gail Silverman, Sybil Goldstein. Sybil, I have to mention, has been on staff for 22 years. She came on staff right after I became the senior rabbi here. She's been here since then. Sandra Kaplan, really a super team, and they're headed by our executive director, Harvey Steele, who is a very compliant audience who are holding their applause until the end. Thank you. Harvey's a wonderful partner to work with, a pleasure to work with, and he's really gone the extra mile to make this event work as well. And if you ever were on the Beth Jacob staff, and there are some devoted people who served for years here, please stand up so we can acknowledge you. Mildred, I see you. Beth Jacobs staff. And Chana Shapiro, who already stood because she thought she was included, she's the only person in the category known as program director of this synagogue and who single-handedly transformed this synagogue into a community center. Thank you, Chana. I also want to take this opportunity to acknowledge the presence of Rabbi Adam Starr of Young Israel of Toko Hill, Rabbi Carmi Ingber of the Kehillah of Sandy Springs, Rabbi Shmuel Chashcharman of Ner HaMizrach, Rabbi Binyamin Friedman of Congregation Ariel, and Rabbi Yossi Nu, who says he'll be here in 4 minutes and 22 seconds, running late after a class, the Congregation Beth Tefillah. Also, we're privileged to have with us tonight Michael Horowitz, the head of the Federation of Greater Jewish Atlanta, for being here. And I also want to note the presence of our architect, Sandy Cooper, of Collins, Cooper, and Carusi. Sandy, please stand so we can see you. And I also want to take note of members of the design committee who are working with me, Michael Senker, our building trustee, and Mr. Jake Aronov, who have spent long hours together with Sandy. But we're not finished. Now, if you are a member of this synagogue, before I continue, I'd like to ask every member of this synagogue to please stand right now. I told you we're doing calisthenics. Now you are the members of a very special congregation. And every single one of you is the equivalent of a holy letter in a Sefer Torah. As a matter of fact, just by being a member, you're going to have a letter in a new Jubilee Torah that Dr. Mitchell will describe. It's going to be dedicated by the synagogue in honor of the occasion, and you're going to be represented in it even without doing anything, because that's the gift of our neshamas to future generations. But every single one of you, by being associated with this synagogue, adds something special to this kehillah and to the Kiddush Hashem, to the sanctification of God's name that this shul is. Now, I'd like to ask for everyone who has been a member for over 5 years to remain standing, while our newer members, who are precious to us, they can finally sit. Everybody over 5 years, please remain standing.